Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. So as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Upon the hearing of my voice this morning, we have much to give God thanks for. So many people went to bed last night with the dreams and aspiration of getting up this morning and are not numbered among the living. So whatever your circumstances, whatever your situation might be, we have much to give God thanks for. Now, this morning, remember you can join us on our WhatsApp group at 876-892-2079. That's 876-892-2079. Now, this morning, we want to look back at the life of what caused the death of one of Jamaica's musical icon, Taddy Diamond, lead singer of the group, the Mighty Diamonds. And then, as it stands, St. James came up on the radar again. This time, a triple murder again. It seems as if persons are being killed these days in double murder and triple murder. But first up, we turn our attention to Nationwide News. And Nationwide News on their website has put up a story saying, preliminary police theories are suggesting that reggae icon Donald Taddy Diamond Shaw may have been the intended target of last night's double murder on McKinley Drive in St. Andrew. So here we were of the belief that Taddy might have just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. But based on what the reports are suggesting, it seems as if Taddy was the target. Taddy Diamond, who was a member of the reggae group Mighty Diamonds, and Owen Beckford were cut down by a gunman as they stood with a group of people along the roadway. Two other men and women are hospitalized with gunshot wounds. Commanding officer for the St. Andrew South Division, SSP Kirk Ricketts, say preliminary theories suggest Shaw might have been the target. One of Shaw's son, who is being described as influential in the community, is in custody on the charge of murder. So now the puzzles start to put the pieces. You start put the pieces of the puzzle together. SSP Ricketts says the area has been plagued by years of conflict going back as far as 2012. The senior lawman told Nationwide that in some cases relatives and friends are in conflict. Now, based on what we know and based on what we have seen in Jamaica, it is clear that if you have any family member in any conflict, any gang-related activity, any violence producer, if their cronies cannot catch them, you are at the mercy of these criminals. And clearly, if Taddy's son is a violence producer in this community, it is clear that at some point, maybe, if that would have spared his life, to make it clear that he takes no lot and part and doesn't side with his son. The minute these gangsters believe that it is okay, you're okay with your son's behavior, or you keep your mouth shut, they might feel like you are part of it. You're the motivation behind it. And then, in order to create damage to the son, they target the closest person to the son, which was Taddy in this case. Now, they say this war has been going on for a long time. A lot of people, social media went into a frenzy yesterday because we all grew up hearing our parents, or even some of us listening to the Mighty Diamonds. There was a video yesterday circulating on social media showing Taddy enjoying himself, having a sip, singing songs like Long Time Me No Meet Up With My Old Time Friend Them. Only to understand that minutes later, criminals or gunman was about to take him away from his loved ones. We have to put a stem on crime and violence. The police are trying, but it is like each time the police put a lid on the situation, it flares up again. Because for a couple of days or a few weeks, things seem to be on the decline. And then boom, double murder, including Taddy's. Now we're hearing of a triple murder in St. James. It's just unfortunate that so many people have to lose their life because of criminals who are hell-bent on destroying our native land, Jamaica land we love. How much longer is this going to continue? And to make matters even worse, it is getting closer and closer to certain people. Once women and children were exempted, now the women and children are a prime target. You can let me know what you think in the comment section. It's just unfortunate that the music industry is plunged into mourning after Taddy's death. The next story we want to look at is St. James. And St. James would come to you not as a surprise. This thing has been happening in St. James and it's ongoing. Detectives attached to the Area 1 Major Investigation Division are probing the shooting death of 3 men and the wounding of another at Matches Lane in Rosehide, St. James on Tuesday night. Those killed have been identified as 22-year-old Javon Dove, a ramp attendant, 20-year-old Kirk Taylor, otherwise called Chicken, and Raman Warlock, otherwise called Brains, all of Matches Lane in Rosehide. The 4th victim, a 28 laborer, is presently nursing gunshot wounds in the Cornwall Regional Hospital. Reports are that about 9:30 p.m., the 4 men were among a group of persons standing along Matches Lane when men traveling in a Toyota Allison motor car drove up. 3 men alighted from the vehicle and opened fire, hitting all 4 men before escaping in the waiting motor car. The police was summoned, and upon arrival, they discovered that Taylor had died on the spot. Dove died while being treated at hospital, and Warlock was admitted to the intensive care unit but died hours later. Just to bring to your attention, look at the ages of those killed. 22, 20, and the injured man is 28. All of them in the prime of their lives. And no doubt, the persons who carried out these acts is in the same age group category. St. James, the violence in St. James continues to escalate. Every other day, or every day, there's something to talk about St. James. How can the police put a lid to crime and violence in St. James? St. James, the stories that come out of St. James make you feel very scary. It makes you feel like you'd never want to visit that parish. And based on what is happening in St. James, it only gives you the feeling that at some point there will be no more male living in St. James. The gang violence in St. James is so bad. And not only young men and just normal gunmen are involved. Entertainers down there in St. James are heavily involved in what's going on. The lottery scamming has pumped money into these criminals' hands, and instead of using the money to try and uplift themselves, they use the money to buy guns and ammunition. And in this time that we live in, you cannot have a dispute and it will be settled peacefully. The other day there was a story, and it was evident on the internet, with Chris Rock and Will Smith. You dare try that in Jamaica. What Will Smith did to Chris Rock, you dare try that in Jamaica. But the police say they are doing their investigations. And we hope that whatever investigations the police do, they will come up and we'll find the suspects. But finding the suspects is another situation. Because when we find the suspects, we must have laws that put away these suspects for good. Or we must have laws that the hangman will get ready. These criminals are hell-bent on taking people's life. So some laws have to be in place that will be a deterrent to these guys. These guys ain't scared. But the government said they're trying. The police are trying. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. So as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Don't forget you can check us out on our WhatsApp group also. Look out for a neighbor, look out for a loved one, look out for the children. And most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.